This is Tavarish's £5,000 V8 Jaguar XK8. And as you'll know if you've been watching our recent videos, it's currently sitting broken down at the infamous Nurburgring in Germany, after the British GT Cruiser's engine called it quits with Misha behind the wheel. Today we're on a mission to recover this relic, and since we're going that way, we thought why not bring an old friend along. No, not Tom Lenthal, but Phil, my V6 MX-5, who, if you didn't already know, had a very bad time last time at the ring about 6 years ago. So then, 2 cars, 2 missions, 1 track, and 3 clueless petrol heads. It looks like we're in store for another wild ride. But before Phil goes back to the Nürburgring, we've got 2 things to do. Number 1 is to take this car to Rich's fabrication where we are right now and give him a brand new, freer flowing exhaust with a valve in it, no less. And then tomorrow, my friend Bruno from BDS Motorsport is gonna tinker with the ECU a little bit to see how much power we can get.
Can he remove rust at all from cars?
This? Rusty? So Rich, I'm in for one of your world famous valved exhaust systems on film on V6 MX-5. I've complained about the noise of this pretty much since I installed it. Oh, all right. I didn't think it was that bad.
It is, it's rubbish.
Okay, but you're not the biggest fan of this particular exhaust system. Tell me why, because there's a lot of jiggery-pokery in here.
It's not smooth flowing inside. You can tell by the heat spot in the middle. So we can just do something better, get a better flow, get a bit more power.
Fantastic, and we're gonna be keeping all of this original, and you're literally just gonna be putting a box on from the rear section, and then more power equals more fun, and then Phil will have his revenge on the Nürburgring.
Unless it blows up again.
You've jinxed it now.
It's not good, is it? Clive, what do you reckon?
Yeah, that's f***ing shite, mate. Look at the state of it. It's almost as busted as Alex's hairline.
I know, I just think the same.
So this is Phil's old exhaust, and yeah, like you said, Rich, massive heat spot because
gas goes in
there and then it backs up again, does it?
And then it comes out of there, but it's not nice and free flowing, that's why.
So this is no good.
I mean, it's not even straight.
So we also need to decide, Rich, on tips. Because for me, these tips are a little bit old man.
You are old.
You're older.
Yeah,
Only
okay.
just. I do like a kind of sharper tip.
I can do that. I know what you mean.
Can you
Yeah.
give me a bit?
I think it needs twin titaniums.
Titanium. Rich, that also sounds very expensive.
You can afford it.
Fair. Oh!
No.
Yeah?
No.
Okay. Wait. Oh! Like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are we saying?
Yeah, that's the one.
Or one of each and then everyone's happy.
Well, that bonnet. Rear.
Like that.
Yeah.
Perfect. Good thinking, Rory. Good thinking. It is now the moment of truth. Rich, you have worked your magic on Phil. Remind everyone what you've done.
New valved rear system to add some power and noise.
And titanium tips.
Real titanium.
Real titanium. So, I think first startup. Should we have a little listen?
Why not?
I say first startup. Phil is warm, so I'm going to give it some beans. First startup for you guys. So everyone just calm down.
It would be first starter, but Rory messed up.
Were you not recording?
The mic. Well, this was on.
Okay, so first startup. Valve closed, please, Rich. Oh, that sounds nice. Let's give it a few revs. Nice. Sounds very V6y, V-sexy. Now, valve open. Whoa! Woo! I'm happy with that. And then quieten it down. Oh, Rich, thank you very much again.
No worries.
If people want to get a valved exhaust, can they just contact you and you'll book them in?
Drop us an email and we'll get it sorted.
Indeed. So do that, get yourself a valved exhaust, get titanium tips, because they're not actually too expensive, are they?
No, not really.
Okay, so do that because they look cool. Anyway, join us because we're about to go to BDS Motorsport. Yeah, engine tune. Yeah, blow up the engine. Yeah. But before we blow Phil's engine up, a reminder from me that if you want to buy yourself a used car or motorbike, make sure you run a car vertical report on it first to ensure that it's not been crashed, stolen or clocked. To give you an example of a car that I've run on Car Vertical, check out this Audi R8 that you can see has got green ticks for theft, mileage, finance and damage. That tells me that this car does not have a shady past. And now for an example of a Car Vertical report that makes me very nervous, check out this 911 GT3. We've got green ticks for theft, mileage, finance, but then we've got an amber warning for damage, so we need to check that out. And in many instances on Car Vertical, you can see crash pictures as we have here. Let's have a look at that. Front end damage, and yes, the whole driver's side has been completely taken off. I mean, that looks like pretty extensive damage. The rear looks to be in okay condition. Airbags look to have gone off, and if we have a look, yeah, you can see on the dashboard, it has got all of the Christmas tree lights in there as well. So this could be fixed up, but you know, because you've run a Car Vertical report on it, that if it looks like it's got a clean title, it certainly doesn't. So then do yourselves a favor and do not get stung when buying a used car. Make sure you run a Car Vertical report on it first. What's more, you will get 10% off using the code Autoalex. Right then, let's go blow up Phil. We're back at BDS Motorsport. This is Bruno of BDS Motorsport, and I've brought Phil back. We are now going to dyno Phil, as Phil is. I'm hoping for anywhere upwards of 250 standard now, but when you do your blah, 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 maybe you can give me a bit more. So we're gonna, more power, please. More power, baby.
Let's see. Let's see what we can do.
All right, let's do it. More power, baby! 251! 251! Well done, Phil. In case it wasn't obvious, that valve opened now and it made an extra 5 horsepower. Happy days. So Bruno is going to talk me through the findings, give an average and all that. But before you do that, what do you think of the car? What do you think of the engine?
It's okay. It just, I find the torque is a bit low for the displacement.
Okay.
Really low, but I think again it's because of the exhaust. You can see the curve is literally just a plateau. It cannot go any higher. There's something holding it, and it's the exhaust not really working the way it should.
So how do we fix that? We get a 3-inch or 3?
Yeah, for a 3 liter, I'll go 3-inch for sure. That's what I run on them. What you've changed is just at the end. It's like it doesn't really going to affect the rest because the restriction is on the center section.
Yeah,
so doesn't matter to put at the end. It's not going to change whatever the center section is.
Okay, I get you. So Rich, I'm gonna come give you a visit and then we can do that whole center section. It needs to be minimum 3 inches.
That's what she said.
But interestingly, with a valve closed versus open, with the valve open, you get 1.3.
It's not really that much. You will notice something, but I think you'll be deaf as well after it.
Yeah. Well, everyone behind me will be deaf. So the answer is more noise equals more power. Not by a lot, but the facts are the facts.
It's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
It's less than 1% different.
Hey, I'm going to take those little percentages. If someone could give me a centimetre of height, that is like 0.5% of my height, I would 100% have it. Have you got centimetres to give me?
No.
Rory, you definitely don't.
No, I don't.
Actually, no, from your waistline. I'll take some of that. Hey! Bruno, how are you going to fix all this? I'm going to the Nurburgring tomorrow, by the way, so
Lovely.
I need all the power.
The thing is, generally, to touch something now, it might make it worse than what it is.
What do you think is achievable today?
I'm going to try something. I'm going to try to do a few tests to see how the engine warms up to things that normally bump the torque.
Yep.
And see how it behaves with it.
So while we're talking of restrictions, you also mentioned stuff that you think you could potentially improve.
Obviously, this is a very, very early Rocketeer kit. I don't know what they look like these days.
I don't want to be controversial again.
Well, I mean, but this elbow is obviously going to restrict air, right?
Yeah, of course. It's not a bad design on the intake. The plenum is really good. But of course, there's a packaging problem in here, so they have to address it somehow. I'm going to do a test as well. If I find a vacuum line, I'm going to do a pressure drop test inside the intake. I'm going to measure the pressure differential between the atmosphere and the plenum itself inside.
Rory, I think he's speaking foreign because I don't understand any of this. You're going to do your thing. All right, you're going to get very geeky and hopefully we can see some big numbers.
So after a bit of rummaging around the engine bay, Bruno discovered some dodgy looking plugs and coil packs, which may have been robbing us of extra oomph. We also found some loose and missing bolts that definitely should not be loose or missing, but we'll gloss over that.
So Bruno is now going to do another dyno test. You have changed things up a little bit because obviously the air intake is now drastically changed because we're now going to go for bonnet exit air intakes.
Redneck spec.
Redneck spec, indeed, that's very nice. No, what he's really going to do is obviously just change the length of the intakes and then find out, does that make more torque?
It's because it's making very low torque. I just want to iron out if it's really because of the exhaust restriction, which I do believe it is, or it's like the intake tune. So I will this is just a test to see how it behaves to it.
Yeah, and if it does turn out that this is a good way to do it, get more air in more quickly, then
we'll just have to fabricate a solution for it.
Yeah. So yeah, let's dyno it and then find out. And then 264. Bruno, did I see 296 Newton meters?
What did you just say?
296 Newton meters. With the valve open, valve closed, I don't know which one's better or worse, but because of this simple mod, which is obviously a bodge at the moment, there's another, what was it, like 13 odd horsepower? How many more Newton meters is that roughly?
20 Nm, almost.
20, about 20.
Almost, yeah.
About 20 Newton meters of torque, 13 horsepower. That is going to make so much difference. I'm very excited, as Bruno would say.
So after that run, Bruno now had to conjure up a plan to not only keep some of these improvements, but also be able to close the bonnet. And after some quick thinking, the new, and definitely not permanent setup was complete and ready for its final run.
So it works quite well.
Yeah.
Less power, less torque, obviously.
Yeah, but it's something that we can fit at this moment.
It fits under the bonnet.
We still gained everywhere over as it arrived.
Yeah.
I think it will need the exhaust will really complement it.
Yeah. But for a quick and fairly dirty tune-up,
yeah, it's like
that's decent. Yeah. That is good. So in terms of torque and power versus original,
so we have 253 bhp and 281. We now got 261 and 285. Like, even though it doesn't seem like a lot, it is quite a noticeable difference, especially here.
So from about 4,500 RPM
onwards, it's going to be way better.
Yeah. So a decent power hike.
Thing is, we've seen the potential it has. So the point of the experience was for that, to see what it can do, and that was not the best combination possible. It was just one that I knew it would improve it. I just wanted to see by how much it improved it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But for now, we have a modest gain in torque, a fairly sizable, I would say, given the time and space constraints, increase in power as well, and it's something that I'll definitely notice as well. So yeah, the next step is to take Phil to the Nurburgring for a rematch with the Nurburgring, and yeah, let's hopefully not pop another engine because that would really suck. Anyway, yeah, let's find out. It is now the next day, which is the day that we actually leave to go to the Nurburgring to actually recover the Jaguar.
Yes, and I'm here.
While we've got Phil in the air, you remember yesterday Bruno was saying that he wasn't particularly happy with the results because of the exhaust.
Did he say, Alex, I am not happy with the exhaust, it's very restrictive?
He said, my name is Bruno. Anyway, so what we need to do, I need to go back to Rich at some point, obviously not today, and this needs to be not 2.5 inches.
You need more girth.
It needs 3 inches all the way. This might just fall off. So we're gonna have a quick look underneath. You've noticed a wee bit of weeping here from the radiator.
Yeah, this clip is a bit rubbish and it's a bit too far back. So we're gonna reposition that, put a nice new clip on there.
Yep.
Because there's a little bit of weepage or seepage or whatever you want to call it. We're gonna change the houlier and the houlier filter, and we're gonna change these, which are tyres.
Yes.
And we've got some Accelera 651 Sports, courtesy of Tyre Streets UK. Don't forget, Autoalex for 10% off. Yes, Taylor! And we're going to put all of those on, and then lovely, no spinny outie, unless it rains.
Look how much better this is gonna look, Rory. Yeah?
That's nice.
Race car.
Catch.
Oh, God.
I also at some point need new diff bushes, and the rear anti-roll bar as well needs to be changed. But look how restrictive this is here. This is no good.
I don't think this is the issue. I think it's the collector where it goes from 2-inch pipe into 2.5-inch pipe. It needs to be going into 3-inch pipe because this is the restriction, because you've got all the traffic. So you've got the M4, the M25, and they're all trying to join into one, and there's just a lot of congestion going on in here.
But it would be better if the M4 and the M25 just went whoosh.
That would be better as well, yeah.
Yeah, and you don't have to pay ULEZ as well. Anyway, you guys, if you don't mind, do the oil change. I'm gonna whip the wheels off, bring them to our men over there, and then Phil is gonna be track ready. I am very excited. I've not driven Phil for a long time, and Phil is my happy place.
I'm quite excited for the beef Brenda.
Yes, yes. Oh, I don't know if you get that on the P&O. Anyway.
What? There's no beef Brenda?
There might be.
No, I'm actually pissed off now.
And on that
get
note,
on P&O, get them on the phone, I want beef Brenda.
On that note, let's crack on.
Oh, this is Josh. Hello. And he's our trusty mechanic and assistant. Oh yeah, Josh is coming with us to the Nurburgring as well.
So it is now 10 to 2. We need to leave at 2 o'clock. Phil is now track ready, we think. Oil change has been done, new oil filter. Had a check around, also got the new Accelera 651 Sport tyres on, which not only look great, they will also be very, very good on track. As we know, if you want to get 10% off a set of tyres, use the code Autoalex from Tyre Streets UK.
And we've also fitted a new coolant hose clip and adjusted another coolant hose and a couple of other little, just check it over.
Yeah.
It does need a bit of tyre shine though.
But for now, we know the power is good, we know the exhaust is nice and noisy, and all we need to do is load Phil up onto the trailer, because we've got an empty trailer, we might as well put him on, and head to the Nurburgring and recover the broken Jaguar. When I say broken Jaguar, I don't mean Jaguar engined MX-5, I mean actual Jaguar.
Yeah, the actual blowy uppy Jag.
All right, okay.
But before then, beef Brenda, lots of beef Brenda.
All right, we can try.
Join us next time as we set off on our mission back to the Nurburgring with Phil. Will we recover the Jag in one piece? Can Phil get his redemption around the ring? And most importantly, will Taylor get his beef Brenda? All will be revealed next week.